Hey yo, what's good? What's going on, everyone, everywhere? We are back with another video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go ahead, do it. Turn on the notification bell because I do a lot of stuff on this channel, especially in reference to DC Universe. And some of it does come by a first come, first serve basis, okay? So you definitely want to stay up to date when that stuff does happen or when that stuff does drop. There is going to be some stuff soon. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So make sure you go ahead and put on that notification bell after you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we on the road to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? So help me out. Share the video out. Like the video. Drop a comment down below so you know help the YouTube algorithm. Let's have a conversation. I do read all my comments and I check all of them. You can see when I like them and you know all that good stuff. Without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this video. We'll go ahead and start off with our tactical mods. So, for our weapon socket tactical mod, we have blast adapter. I like to use rifle types. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just to get a little more damage in there. I won't show y'all the rifle types when I do the rotation just to make it easier for most people. But as you get more accustomed to the rotation, you'll see where you can sneak rifle types in and where you can't, okay? I also go over it too. So help you out. For a head socket, I like to go ahead and use Neo Venom Boost to get that a little bit back. I'm primarily use Neo Venom Boost when I'm water. I know people that like to use Call of Deep, Whirlpool, and Neo Venom Boost. So fair moment too if you're trying to use a cheaper supercharge. But for on average use, I use Neo Venom Boost. So I feel like it's only best to put it in the head socket here. For most cases, Neo Venom Boost will suit you well and suit you the best. So since we are a might-based DPS, for our next socket, we're going to go with Escalating Might. And for our back socket, we're going to go with Berserker. Now, Berserker, you should definitely go with it. It's additional 10% damage, so that's just insane as it is. On top of the fact that, yeah, it does say when your health drops below 35%, but you would actually be shocked how many times your health drops below 35% and your healer heals you back up. So just go ahead and use it, try it out. It does incredible amounts of damage. It's really good. Just use it. Okay? Especially if you use Suicide Artifact, you can make yourself go below 35% and jump right back up and still keep 10% damage. Okay? At least for a few more seconds. So penetrating strikes when it comes to the chest, that's always a good thing. It's better than core strength. Check out the City and Chills video if you haven't already. Leg socket doesn't really matter, but Crashing Wave is a pretty cool ability. It lets you teleport like pretty far distance, as long as you're within like the effective can hit an enemy combat range, you can teleport to them. Feet socket, dashing combos. I use super speed movement because these loadouts are made to be the best loadout possible, whether you have to use iconic powers, movement powers, or your own powers. It doesn't matter. Best loadout possible. Hand socket, we're going to use max damage. And for face, we don't have that anymore because no more OP. But for our artifacts, I'm going to go ahead and use the Transformation card, the Strategist card, and the Quizlet. Quizlet will be better than the Grim and pretty much most other things in most cases. And on even on a base level, okay, it just does more damage. Now for my trinkets, this is my general setup. I will go ahead and also include a henchman. Basically when I can, I'll pretty much use like the supply drop or the orbital to gauge my henchman cooldown. So I'll try to hit them like back to back kind of deal. But tier 3 pet, a supply drop, an orbital, and the buff trinket. And then after I hit the orbital, I'll try to like hurry up hit my inventory because I'm already trying to use the Dead King Scepter for the additional damage. And when I use supply drop, I use Philosopher's Stone. Try to use a little artifact switching and swapping. But I will go ahead and hit these henchmen here as well, the bat spots. But yeah, use whatever you feel comfortable. Now for our allies, generally speaking, I like to use Cyborg when it comes to AOE and House of Legends bot when it comes to single target. Okay, for combat wise, support. Pretty much for a might-based DPS, your best bet is getting the Batman Who Laughs second support ability, the Cloak of Erasure. I don't know how to say that, but there you go, my terrible pronunciation. And for your other support ally, You want to get the Batman Who Laughs first support ability, the Luck of the Draw. It's pretty much a staple for any role in any way and anything you're doing. So you pretty much have this and almost never take it off. So let's go ahead and go on to our skill point spec. Once again, I like to use rifle taps, so I'll go ahead and have this. And I go ahead and get weapon mastery, or rifle master I should say. Just right here, I don't get the bottoms at all. But I go ahead and get the rifle master here because, as you see, it does increase weapon attack damage. So when our rifle taps are getting harder, as well as it helps you clip your weapon a whole lot easier. Okay. Excuse the background and the noise. That is my dog playing in the crate. So on to our movement. I use super speed. General sense, if you're trying to get the most damage possible in this game and the current state of the game, be super speed movement. Okay, Vortex Trap hits stupid hard, and it is one of the most must-have moves in PvP right now. If you didn't know, Tornado Pool hits very hard single target, and Whirling Dervish, most people already know about this. It's very hard. Most precision DPS use a lot of phase dodge, and speed drain's a good supercharge to use, especially if you're healing and trying to have a damage-based supercharge other than Pheromone Bloom to go ahead and do your Eye Gemini spam, because it's also cheaper too. But if you don't have that many skill points, I would just say go ahead and get your normal Speed Force, level 9. Go faster ability here, get Vortex Trap, get at least some knocked back recovery and resistance here, then go over to Whirling Dervish, alright? And just call it a day. Now for iconics, you don't have to get all these yet again. I was doing a lot of testing, and Sonic Shout and Freeze Breath actually hit harder than Heat Vision. Heat Vision only makes up for it, especially with Amplified 200 Artifact, Solar and Fire. Heat Vision, it's only does more damage after you take into account a lot of the dots that does after effect when they're burning. But if you don't use a lot of the dots, or you only use the first 3 dots, Freeze Breath still does more damage, and Sonic Shout actually does more damage than Freeze Breath, so it hits the hardest right now. But you won't need all this for this loadout in particular. If you're not super speed movement, I would suggest you use Sonic Shout and or Freeze Breath, or more likely use Heat Vision, have them dots, and use Sonic Shout instead of the super speed movement modes abilities. But go ahead and use Robot Psychic here and Neo and Boost. I like throwing Super Strength because it helps your weapon out just a smidget. Pheromone Bloom, get it if you're going to supercharge spam. Okay. For our stat points, we're going to go super powered focus, and then we're going to go over to our critical attack, chance, and damage, max those out completely, then dump everything you have into might and power until that's maxed out. If you have anything left over, split it into precision and health, only if you're doing weapon taps in between some of your abilities. Okay, if you're not, just go ahead and go straight health. It will get you more survivability, and when a buff troll is in the group, it will give you more might to do more damage. So on to the loadout. We're going to use Shark Frenzy, Bubble, Whirling Dervish, Vortex Trap, Exobit, Attune, Robot Sidekick, have the more power on our side, and Neo Venom Boost. Alright. Now you can use Call of Deep. It is good if it crits, and it can be better than Neo Venom Boost if it crits, but if it doesn't, then you're kind of missing out, just because Neo Venom Boost is a lot more spammable, especially with the Eye Gemini healers and tanks and the groups nowadays. So Neo Venom Boost pretty much a better way to go about it. Whirlpool can be a good way to go about it as well, especially if you're gonna get stunned, or you're not gonna be able to fight the entire time, whatever the case may be. Then Whirlpool, it can definitely be better than Neo Venom Boost. But if you're gonna be out of control effects, being able to fight the entire duration that Neo Venom Boost is active and up and buffing you, definitely go with Neo Venom Boost. It's gonna be your better bet to go with. All right. Now for our rotations, pretty much left to right. once again, if you don't know already, whenever I record videos, for some reason, my damage numbers just drop dramatically. So let me go ahead and tell you, I hit about 210,000 per second when it comes to 3 targets here. And over here at the 5 targets for the House of Legends, I hit about, what was like around, was it 227? Yeah, on average. I'm thinking like one was like 232, another's 224 and stuff like, so it's around 227. Okay, I've hit a 227 as well. So around here, 227. Around here, about on the low end, 180, 190, and then the higher end about 210, 213, stuff like that. But once you get the strategist cards procking and everything's critting in the right way, you'll definitely hit the higher over 200 pretty easy. So that's definitely what you want to go for. And if you didn't know already, you want to go for over 100k on the single target. But let me go ahead and show you this loadouts rotation. So you're gonna go ahead, Sharp Frenzy into bubble, clip that, go directly into Whirling Dervish, let that run for about 3 seconds, hit square or your melee to go ahead and get out of that. And you're pretty much gonna rinse and repeat it, and then go into, well, Vortex Trap, and then hit the melee square for me, so on PlayStation, and then keep going through it on and on and on. Pretty much that's how it looks right here. So let me actually focus a little bit so I can show you. See, it's just hitting low right now. Made me look like I'm not telling the truth or something. No, I promise you I was telling the truth. Let me see. Man, it's just not hitting hard at all right now. Not like it just was though. But it could be because the Batman thing and everything too. Batman Who Laughs, like buffs and whatnot, and just everything else. Like it's just not hitting hard right now. But those were the numbers I was hitting with, like I said before. 180, 190 on the low end. It's funny because I've been recording this video like 3-4 times now, and I've hit those numbers on the other recordings, which is just hilarious right now. But 180, 190 on low end, 213 on the high end. Okay, that is 180,000 to 213,000 per second. Okay, and then over here a little under 230, so 227,000 per second. All right, so this video is not that long. Let me go ahead and go into the single target loadout here. You already see what we got going on. All the tactical mods gonna stay the exact same. All right, the only thing that's gonna change, instead of Quizlet, we have Solar Amplifier here. All right, everything else is the exact same spec and everything. Let me go ahead and just show you. So same spec, same everything. Oh, but yeah, I never respect for when it got increased, so I'm short 2 points here, but it's all good. But now we are actually going to use heat vision, so definitely make sure you grab that. So amplified heat vision, Shark Frenzy, bubble, torrent, exhibit attune robot sidekick, and Neo Venom boost for the single target loadout. This does insane damage. All right, I was doing incredible in raids to say the least when it came to water. And all you're gonna do pretty much is you're gonna basically cycle back and forth between heat vision and your 34%er, the torrent ability, and you're gonna hit Shark Frenzy in between. And whenever Shark Frenzy and bubble are up at the same time, you're gonna clip it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with heat vision, and then once we're done, clip that, torrent, go into Shark Frenzy, heat vision, go back to Shark Frenzy, torrent, Shark Frenzy, and you just keep going back and forth. That's all you're pretty much doing. You can definitely sneak weapon taps in between. Just be careful when it comes to your 35%er, because you will end your 35%er with a weapon tap. Now this generally hits 80 to 90. Okay, see, you see him right now, 84. So 80, 90, and it definitely hits over 100. I think the highest I got it to hit was like 112,000, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 112,450. Oh, I messed up that one. 453. But yeah, I got a little distracted, so the number's about to drop a little bit, but we can pick them back up as long as we stay consistent in our rotation. It does pretty good damage, and you'll be surprised. I've actually out DPS people. I was not expecting to out DPS with water. I went in with the mindset the water was not going to be good, so we could have done more damage too, especially if it just ended there. Man, that 80 would have probably been a little bit higher. But look, that's it for this video right here for the might base damage. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, share the video out if you haven't already. I will be going through all the healer powers in DC Universe. I've already done Celestial, so check out that video if you haven't already. Them series of videos, actually. I'm doing water right now, finishing this up, putting all the videos out. I do PvE and PvP loadout videos for healer and DPS. Okay, might and precision base. Okay, just so y'all know, I'm on to nature next due to someone requesting that I go nature. After nature, it is sorcery. And after sorcery, I'm going back to electricity. Okay, so that is the order for foreseeable future for right now. Without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I have plenty of giveaways, plenty of more content, informational videos, instructional videos. I'm gonna have some elite mechanics, how much you get from each elite thing, videos, all kinds of stuff coming to the channel real soon. As soon as I record them, actually, because I have all the information set up right now. So without further ado, y'all, I'm gonna get off and start recording my other videos. I'll catch y'all next one. Shalom.